Hey y'all, welcome back to I Be Knowing Shit podcast. It's me, your host, the one and only Goddess Siloam, Miss Foxy if you're nasty. Here on IBKS podcast, we dive into the mysteries of the universe and everyday life, sharing personal stories and practices to connect, educate, and inform. Get ready for mind expanding, thought provoking conversations, and enlightening insights. And we're going to have a time up in here. So take a deep breath, center yourself, and let's dive into this week's episode. Y'all, how's everybody? Hope everybody is having a wonderful day. Had a wonderful yesterday. I tell you what I did last night. I came home, say, around 2:45, still so high, hypnotized, in a trance from his body, so butter and brown, tantalizing. You would have thought I needed help from the feeling that I felt. So hook, I had to catch my breath. Oops. Okay. Mm, mm. Okay, I'm sorry. Mm, okay, get it together. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, wait, give me a minute. I gotta get Why? I'm sorry. I just had to take a sip of tea. Why did I just bust out singing that? Okay. Get it together now. Um, okay, I'm good. Please forgive me. I'll do anything, anything you want, 'cause my word is bond. Baby, I was wrong. Please forgive me for what I done. I'm sorry, bang, bang. Okay, I'm for real. Y'all, I've been drinking. No, I haven't. I haven't, but I have been. I did blow one with the ancestors. Y'all know I love music and I always bust out a song every once in a while, but I don't know. Let's get started. Let's get started with this episode. Transmuting energy. Okay. Get your shit together. I'm gonna have to I know I'm gonna have to edit some of this. Okay. Okay, seriously. Now, we can we can't create or destroy energy. We can only store, generate, and transmute it. Okay, look. When I first found this out about energy, like the energy that humans store and the energy that we generate and the energy that we harvest and transfer, I really was like, I'm a fucking alchemist. No, for real. We alchemists, y'all. You know what? We electrical engineers by nature. We humans, people, we're electrical engineers by nature. And speaking of alchemists, if you like fictional books about life journeys and with hidden messages and stuff like that, you should definitely read The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. That's one of my favorite authors, Paulo Coelho. And The Alchemist is one of my favorite books. When I first read it, when I finished reading it, I doubled back and bought a bunch of copies to hand out to anybody I talk to on a daily basis. You was getting one of them books. And if you didn't get one, I don't know what happened because I bought a bunch of copies and gave them away to people that I talk to all the time. That's how invested I was in The Alchemist. And I think I read it like 3 times. Not back to back, but altogether I had it for about 12 years, 13 years, something like that. And over the 13 years, um, I read it probably 3 times. All right, so back on track. Emotions are energy in motion. They vibrating frequencies which cannot be destroyed but can be transmuted. It's similar to tuning an instrument like a guitar. So if you strum a guitar chord and it doesn't sound right, you know you need to tighten it or loosen it, which change the vibration, which change the sound. That's the same for people. It's the same for us, y'all. You know when you need to loosen up and you know when you need to tighten the fuck up. If your emotions all over the place, you being mean, negative, depressed, you crying all the time, you're sad, you sensitive, tighten the fuck up. Tighten up. What's going on? What's the problem? What's the matter? Ooh, what's the matter? Now I ain't gonna try to get too nerdy, but I just thought about what's the matter. Is it neurons, protons, nucleus, atoms? What's the matter? Oh, I just dropped straight bars. I just dropped straight bar. I just dropped straight bars. Man. So, what is you looking like? What have your emotions physically manifested in your life? What frequency are you vibrating? Okay, you need to practice awareness daily. How's your posture? Check your posture. If you slumped over when you sitting down or if you slumped over when you standing up like you have a round posture, tighten up, god damn it. Tighten up. How's your face? Are you frowning more than you smiling? Loosen up. What are you frowning for? Loosen up. Self-awareness. These are ways to practice self-awareness. Do you keep your fist balled up? Loosen the fuck up. I used to do that years ago. Um, this was before. This was before and this was way before I started going to therapy, and during therapy is when I learned it. My therapist said, every time I see you, your fists are balled up. You can't control everything and you don't need to be in defense mode 24/7. Relax. Relax. Once you get it, once you overstand and you know the root of your emotions, then you begin to process them, transmute that old stagnant energy, and generate energy more conducive to who and how you want to be in life. When you know what thoughts are creating what emotions, it's time to breathe and release. Learning to control your breath really can help you redirect your thoughts from spiraling or from being stuck in a thought that you don't really want to be stuck in. And it can help tune your energy in motion. Meditation is a form of breath work. So let's just call it that. It's technically the same thing. But I know sometimes saying meditation is intimidating to some people, and they think they have to sit still for an hour with nothing on their mind, which is absolutely impossible. There is no point while you alive where you will be thinking about absolutely nothing at all. All right. You can start by taking slow, deep breaths in and out, holding for 7 seconds, probably around the first 5 breaths. Then after that, breathe normally. Matter of fact, let's do a practice round of breath work real quick. Sit up straight, relax your neck, roll your shoulders, unclench your teeth, unharden your nose. Self-awareness, remember. If you need to roll your shoulders back and forth to loosen up, do that. Roll your head in a circle, one way, 90 degrees, and the other way, then 360 all around. Close your eyes or find something to focus on, like a picture on the wall, a spot on the wall, a pattern on furniture, or a piece of furniture. Just something to stare at if you don't want to close your eyes. Okay? Take a deep breath in through your nose. Fill your lungs with air. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Release through your mouth slowly. Again. In through your nose. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Slowly release through your mouth. Now breathe. Slow, deep breaths. That's it. I just wanted to give y'all a little sample of what I mean. I know y'all heard of the sayings, like attracts like and opposites attract. Well, the thing is with that is frequencies, understand frequencies that's vibrating the same as they are. No matter how terrible you think a certain type of person is, if you continuously attract that kind of person, y'all are on the same frequency in one way or another. Everything, and I mean everything in this world vibrates, even the things we cannot see with our eyes. The rate of vibration determines the nature of that thing. You feel me? So a tree vibrates as a tree, and a person who ain't shit vibrates as a person who ain't shit. Okay? Everything, including people and earth, have two poles that only differ in degrees between them. Like the North and the South Pole, they're the same. They only differ between degrees to them, vibrational frequencies between them. Everything is dual. Unlike and like are the same. It's called polarity, duality. That's why it's so easy for a person to feel like one day they love someone and the next day they hate them. And people will tell you that's impossible. Is it? Is it impossible? Love and hate are two extremes of the same thing. I don't know if y'all get that. Love and hate are two extremes of the same thing. They're the same emotion with only degrees of like separating them. Let's say love is on the left, hate is on the right. Like is in the middle. Now, according to your vibration, which way is like closer to, love or hate for a person? Okay? I hope y'all get that. Are you closer to love, the North Pole, for example, or hate, the South Pole? This is just for example. And opposites attract because opposites are just two sides of the same coin. And are they really opposites? Are they really opposites? What is the opposite? I know people say that for couples who don't look like they go together. They may not look like they go together on the outside, but vibrationally speaking, in some way they do. Another example is hot and cold with varying degrees between each pole. Where does hot end and cold begin? Hmm? Can you say, oh, hot stops at 70 degrees, 75 degrees, and cold begins at 74? You can't. You really can't. Because what's cold to you is probably hot to me, vice versa. Where does happiness end and sadness begin? They're not as far apart as they feel when you're closer to one versus when you're closer to the other. When you sad, it feel like you'll never be happy again and happiness is out of your reach. When reality, happiness is a few degrees away. Happiness is a vibration away. And when I say degrees, I'm speaking of vibrations. I know that I know this might be confusing for some people. So I'm really trying to give y'all good axioms and metaphors and descriptions you can visualize. One more example is how a microwave works. You put cold food in it, right? Set the degrees, which is the temperature. And when you press start, the microwaves, which is energy, the microwaves vibration produces heat. So the difference between hot and cold is the degrees. I'm doing air quotes, vibration between them. It's the vibration between them. I said all this to say poor is a vibration away from being rich and vice versa. The two sides of the same coin. Sadness is only degrees away from happiness. Change your vibration, change your mood. Okay, so the other day, I was talking to my son about the benefits of making it a habit out of smiling, even when you don't feel happy, because me and him went to the store and he was like, why is everybody that walk past smiling and they by themselves? We were sitting in a parking lot. I think it was after we came out the store because we were just sitting in the car eating. He's like, everybody's smiling. So I was telling him those people might know that some some people say it's a form of brainwashing yourself into believing that you're happy until you actually feel it or maintaining happiness. But more than that, when you smile, your brain releases neuropeptides. So you create a habit, but you're also um, releasing neuropeptides in your brain, which activates neurotransmitters like dopamine and endorphins, which are your body's natural stress and pain relievers. So smile, okay? Right. So none of this that we discussing right now will work if you don't change your beliefs, especially beliefs about yourself. Your beliefs are things and statements you believe are true. If you believe you're bad luck, then guess what? You is. Whether you believe it to be true or not, you're right. Do you believe you will never be happy? Well, guess what? You won't be. If you're praying for peace, happiness, money, love, but believing you don't deserve or will never obtain either of these things is like spitting in the wind. You're spitting in your own face, you disrespecting yourself. Do y'all remember in episode 13 of I Be Knowing Shit? Episode 13 called Self. We talked about what did we talked about self-esteem, self-efficacy, your belief in your ability to get things done, and your self-concept. We talked about self-concept, right? These beliefs play a part in your emotions and emotion. What frequency you vibrating at? What degree are you at between the poles of love and hate, rich and poor? The same way you became habitually unhappy is the same way you'll come from under it by changing your vibration. And you change your vibration by changing your beliefs, changing your thoughts. I know sometimes it seems like happiness and depression came overnight, but most likely they didn't. Using your mind's eye, your imagination, is a great way to transmute energy and generate energy. Imagination comes from the Latin verb imaginari, meaning to picture one's self. So, picture yourself happy. How does happy feel to you? Like, really imagine what the hell was I going to say? Really imagine, really imagine it. Really picture yourself happy. How does it feel to be happy? How does being happy look to you? How do you look? What does things around you look like? This is manifestation. But instead of manifesting something material you can physically grasp, you manifest a better you, a healthy you, a more self loving you. Put yourself on the right vibrational frequency. I wanted to look, I wish I would have did a video with this episode. I'm working on getting a camera so I can start back uploading on YouTube because the camera I had previously, um, I don't know what happened to it. But before I go on, I want y'all to search for an image. And the image is emotional spiral image. Search for that image. Why didn't I just say Google a picture? Just difficult. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay. Google a Google a picture of an emotional spiral. And it'll show you, it'll have all these different descriptions of ascending energy and descending energy. Look at this. Once you download it, look at it every day to check where your energy is. Check where you're vibrating at. Do that. Emotional spiral. All right. So everything is vibrating before it's material. Before anything manifests as something material, something physical, it's vibrating. Remember, I said everything moves, everything vibrates, everything has a frequency. The car you want has a frequency. The home you want has a frequency. You don't need to know the exact frequency. You can feel it. Just like certain music can make you feel good and also make you feel bad, sad, or down. You don't know that exact frequency, that exact vibration, but you can feel it. The main keys to transmuting and generating energy are changing your beliefs. I'm going to keep saying it. Make it a habit to be optimistic. Breathe. Do breath work throughout the day as many times as you need to. Listen to uplifting music, preferably music of 432 hertz. Music created before the 20th century. Music created before the 20th century was produced with what's called a concert pitch. Because after that, music started being tuned to 440 hertz, which has caused music culture, mainly hip hop, to be what it is today, full of trash. That change might seem small, but it alters your vibration. 432 hertz is said to be more harmonic with the universe. 440 hertz causes disharmony, anxiety, and aggression in the population. Do y'all hear me? In the entire population. Because y'all know energy is transferable. It doesn't sit still. If you ever wonder why people don't hang outside, jump a rope, playing ball, and just walking around and sitting on the porch like we used to do in the 90s. And before that, some of y'all might not be old enough to have experienced that great part of the life of the 1900s, as Gen Z and them other kids like to call it. Y'all wonder why communities not as close as they were back in the day, and it seems like more people crazy as fuck. Violent criminals are younger and there's more of them, and they're more violent than they were years ago, and I don't mean the same people. I'm speaking as in youth are more violent, and it's more of them, and they start off younger. This is a theory to look into. This is music theory. Music theory 101 with Goddess Siloam. Ah, and while you at it, look up Joseph Goebbels. Joseph Goebbels, last name Goa as in apple, H as in heroin, B as in boy, E as in elephant, L as in ladder, L as in late, S as in Sam. Joseph Goebbels, the Nazi minister of propaganda. Look him up and see what that bastard did. I'm not even gonna start on it because we'll be talking about a whole different subject if I explain to y'all exactly what he did. I got stuff to do. It's Super Bowl Sunday. I have things to do. But look him up. Stay away from violent TV shows and movies. I'm not gonna say that it's something wrong with watching those type of things because I love a good crime document. I love a good crime document. Mystery shows. Um, just don't indulge too much because your brain, your mind, and the energy you send out into the universe, the energy you're generating and transmuting while you watching these shows, the universe, your mind does not understand it. It's just a show and it's not really, this is not your life you are creating. If you watch him. Okay, so years ago, I used to watch the news every morning, 6 a.m. I used to get up at 5. By 6, I'm watching the news. Oh, Lord. Depressed. Talking about depression, I spiraled into a depression. It, Lord, it was this one um story about this little girl. I still have her pictures saved in my phone. And I think about this little girl all the time. Her name is Relisha Rudd. Um, mm-mm-mm. Every time I got up, they were talking about her on the news. Her mama sold her to the janitor at the shelter they lived in. And he supposedly took her to a hotel or somewhere, and she has not been seen since. I was already sad because that's a sad story, and that no child should have to go through something like that. But seeing it on the news every morning, when I tell y'all I went into a depression and was crying every day, I just shouldn't have did that to myself. And that's what I'm telling y'all. That's the point. I don't know Relisha Rudd personally, but watching that on the news, and then I started going on YouTube, just obsessing about trying to help figure out what happened to her. I really went into a depression, changed my whole vibration. That's what I'm saying. So stay away from overindulging in violent TV shows and movies and the news. Buy some bells, 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 ding, 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 ding. Buy some bells and ring the motherfuckers. Ding, 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 ding. Because guess what? Bells can give off healing vibrations. That's why churches have bells. That's why the synagogue have bells. That's why monks use bells because they can give off healing vibrations. They can give off other vibrations too, depending on how hard they're dinging and for what amount of time. Or listen to bell ringing sounds on YouTube or Alexa, or go to sound therapy if you can. They use the bowls. Some places they use bells, but most likely they'll use the sound bowls as sound therapy. Still gives off a healing vibration. Take a warm bath with eucalyptus and lavender plants, or if you can't get the plants, get the essential oils. Relax and imagine yourself living how you really want to live. That's a way to transmute energy and to heal your energy field if it needs healing. Feel yourself being happy while you are imagining whatever it is you want to imagine, however you want to live. Even if you on a weight loss journey or a weight gain journey, close your eyes and imagine yourself. How would you look? How would you feel? Imagine yourself looking at yourself in the mirror. How would you feel? Okay, these things need to be done daily. You don't have to do everything that I'm suggesting. Pick one or two things and stick to them until things feel like they're changing, until the vibrational frequency has changed. Okay? You change mentally first, your inner world, and then degrees, your vibration. Then the outer world around you, your reality, then changes. That's called the mirror effect. I personally cannot make anybody happy. I can only share my knowledge and wisdom and attempt to help people heal and transmute energy for their higher good. When I do healing sessions, it's totally up to the client. Whether they heal or not, I cannot force anybody to heal, only assist. We can share we can share frequencies. Um and I want to let me see. Did I want to talk about that right now? About people sharing frequencies. You think that you just giving someone energy or they're giving you energy, but it's really how can I explain this? Say that your two bodies together, you standing across from somebody and your arms are interlocked. That's similar to when two or more are in agreement. What's that Bible verse? When two or more are in agreement, so it is. I know I may not have quoted it exact, but yes. So it is. When two or more in agreement, so it is because y'all are generating this energy together. Hmm. I hope this wasn't confusing. You may have to listen to this twice or take notes. I want y'all to keep in mind there's always more than one path to take. There's always more than one way to manifest, other ways to transmute energy. Find the way that makes sense to you. Change your beliefs. I know it ain't easy. Healing ain't easy. And pimping ain't easy. Tune, tuning your vibration. It ain't easy either, but it's all worth it. Um, Sorry, I had to take a sip of water. I'm parched like a motherfucker. um, I always pray that if there is anything attempting to rise up against me that I don't know about or anyone, I always pray that my ancestors protect me and the universe protects me and they guide me to make the right decision to deal with this and or they deal with it before it even comes. Um and I know that sometimes we go through stuff that probably seem like it's not our fault or you have to go through certain things to learn a certain lesson. Well, I'm not going to go too deep or give too many details because it'll be in my book when my book comes out about the time I did a stint. I was locked up. They wouldn't let me out. They wouldn't let me out. I was locked up. They wouldn't let me out. No. I'm steady trying to find the most. Seriously, I was incarcerated before. And I had no doubt in my mind I was getting out of there. When I tell y'all I was imagining, and the story is way deeper than this. Like if I tell y'all everything from beginning to end, y'all be like, "What?" But I ain't, because y'all gonna have to read it in my book. Or maybe one day I'll do a YouTube video about it. It's gonna still be in my book, but while I was in there, I never had doubt in my mind or my imagination that I wasn't getting up out that jam. And I'm gonna say this. I got locked up because hard head make a soft ass. You feel me? The universe had already been warning me. God had been warning me. You need to not hang with these people that you hanging with. You need to not go to the places that you're going to. And that's why I'm careful. Oh my God. That's why I thought I was being careful until what was that? Uh the year before last. Oh my God. When I was at, I want to say the wrong place at the wrong time, but not really because I saved somebody's life. But anyway, I'm just on the fence about that. But and that was at a child's birthday party. But anyway, I because I experienced it being locked up, and because it could have been avoided, I am really careful where I hang at, who I hang with, the type of places that I decide to visit. But anyway, I never had no doubt in my mind that I wasn't getting out of there. And everything happened in the end just as I seen in my mind's eye, just as I saw myself. Imaginary. Because I changed the vibration of that whole situation. I really did. And I know I did. And had I not consciously laid in that bed, in that cell, because I had nothing but time, change the vibration of the situation, I would, I would probably still be locked up or just getting out. Yeah, for sure. I changed the vibration of that situation. I did. I transmuted and I generated. Because when you're going through stuff, you feel anxious and scared or sad or even angry. Mm-mm. Baby, I wasn't none of that. I was getting up out that jam and that was a vibration. Okay. Now, before I go, before I go, I want to give a special whoop whoop. Can I get a what to the people who always let me know they tune in every week? Ivana, hey girl. Ivana is one of my favorite Capricorns, y'all. 612 young artist. What's up, Big Five? Sin, which so happens to be my go-to person for the best places to eat in and around the Chicago area. Y'all can find Sin on TikTok at SEN0419. Sin 0419. I don't eat meat, but when I tell y'all my stomach be growling watching his TikToks, good Lord. Muy bueno. Hey, that's his tagline, y'all. This shit be so funny when he say that, and it just be so random. Check out Sin 0419. Sin Chicago Eats. I think it's Chicago Eats. Sin Eats. I can't remember. But check him out on TikTok, y'all. Leah and the homie Oliver. Oliver is her cat, y'all. But I gotta shout out Oliver because I know he be tuning in. What up, Big O? My mom, of course. Mommy dearest, I love you. I hope all is well. Y'all probably tired of me mentioning Kyrie. I don't care. Hey, Kyrie. Kyrie, what you thinking about, girl? Hey, I think I'm gonna take that soundbite from that video from when it was a gang, it was the Furious Five. Pardon me, gotta clear my throat. It was a Furious Five on that one of the podcast episodes, and I said that. Yeah, I had to take a swig of water. I hope all these sounds not disturbing y'all, but child, I am parched. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the soundbite from that clip. I think I'm gonna do that and put it as a part of the podcast intro or outro, or every time me and Kyrie do a podcast episode together, I'll use it. I know I missed a lot of people. Y'all know. I know. Y'all can let me know. You can let me know you want to whoop whoop. Whoop whoop. I got you next episode. You can email me at ibeknowingshit@gmail.com, or you can message me on IG, Facebook, TikTok. I prefer if y'all just email me. Say, can I get a whoop whoop? Oh, and I know some of y'all might have forgot, but you can always email me, ask me questions, ask me for advice. I got my first email asking for advice. I'll read that on a different episode. I could have just put it into this one, but I didn't. So, yes, y'all, send me emails, ask me for advice. I will give the advice on air anonymously. I will not say your name. I will not give out your email address or anything else that can make a person aware of who sent the email, because it ain't their business. I ain't about to start flowing on this mic again. Where was I? Where was I? Where was I? Oh, I got to go. That's where I was at. Don't forget to follow me on IG, TikTok, YouTube, and I be knowing shit. And Goddess Siloam on Facebook. Tune in to next week's episode when we discuss willpower and how a serial killer used it to get his victims and continuously avoid persecution. How and why he's free right now after he was sentenced to life. Y'all come back now, you hear? Yay, we made it to the end. Woo, woo. I really want to thank y'all for tuning in and for being a part of I Be Knowing Shit podcast tribe. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. I certainly hope there was something useful you took away from it. Don't pass up the opportunity to let me know what you think by leaving a rating and review on the podcast platform you're listening from. And be sure to subscribe because you don't want to miss a beat. You can always download this and any other episode and listen to it at a later time. For more content, join me on TikTok, IG, and YouTube at I Be Knowing Shit. So, before I let you go, honey, did you know that you can leave me a voice note? All you gotta do is go to Spotify Podcast, click on I Be Knowing Shit profile, and hit message to send a voice note. There you can let me know what you think about the show, give your input, and leave suggestions for future topics. That's it. We meet again next week. Y'all come back now, you hear?